So once again, we're seeing Russia be absolutely dominated here, but every time this sort of happens, Russia never ends up losing that much, and we're going to see if that happens again in this video here. So the world is looking very interesting here on the east because we have the Malayans trying to approach the Australians, and they've made it on the continent, actually. So we'll see how this goes. It's been somewhat back and forth, though. They don't have as much war score as I thought because the Malayans aren't sending over that many troops to mainland Australia. As well as, obviously Russia, we talked about this in the intro, Russia's being messed up from the east, from the south. It's from Poland's side on the west. I mean, it's pretty crazy all around. I don't know. I really don't know if we're gonna see Russia actually lose a lot here, though. They've been really, really lucky in the sense that a lot of nations really haven't chosen to take that much away from them. They've been, for the most part, I don't know. A lot of these nations have been really nice when it comes to Russia, which is really good for them. If you're rooting for Russia, if you picked Russia, then usually it doesn't take them too long to come back. Mexico is also going to take, I think, complete control over Central America here. Is that right? I think so, yes. Yes, they will very soon. They're going to take complete control, and they're going to be back to exactly where they were about like a decade or two ago. So Mexico's still pressing hard. They're still trying. This is like the third massive conquest Mexico's tried. We'll see if they... Well, the problem is that Peru is like a massive problem. Wait a second. How did they not get involved? Mexico got so lucky because Peru didn't get involved. They might. Technically, they could get called in, right? Nicaragua could call in Peru later on, but we'll see. But yeah, this is like the third conquest that Mexico's done for Central America. They're going to have to figure out a way to get around Peru because Peru is allied to the U.S., and when the U.S. gets involved, that is when everything goes kind of downhill for Mexico. Let's see, what else do we have? Poland is at 23 war score. Malaya's at 3, so that's actually been going down. Let's go ahead and check in on this. Congo and Chad is who the main wars are between. The problem is that, oh my gosh, what happened, dude? What happened? Look at this alliance that the Congo had in their favor, but for some reason, nobody joined? Was it that nobody joined or what? Wow. So this is not going to be good for Congo because you've got... Uganda, you've Ethiopia, Zambia, Chad, Mali. This is not good. This is very not good. Let's go ahead and zoom in and see exactly what's happening to Chad. So far, nothing's been occupied just yet, so they're really lucky in that sense. Is the war still going? Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is not going to go well. And we just saw one of these wars piece out. Oh, was it the Russian? No, it's not the Russian war. Oh, the Mexican war. Yes. And let's see if they did. Okay, well that was nice. They left Nicaragua with one province. Yeah, so they're gonna be able to go to war with them later. I guess that's gonna help them do something because they can't really go to war with Peru. They could try to go for like Venezuela or something, I guess. And boom, Cuba has been integrated into the British West Indies, so we've got a pretty dominant colony that the British could still control, even though it's the year 2130. We have a pretty strong colony in the Caribbean. And I'm sure it's only a matter of time before the Dominican Republic gets another war declared on them by the British. And one thing I noticed is the Dominican Republic were forced to annul all their alliances. It was just with France, but that really helps them, obviously. And then things are going to get interesting because we're going to see more and more tension between the British and the U.S., which we saw the U.S. did not have a good time. Last time they tried to take over any sort of British lands inside the Caribbean. British islands, I guess I could say. Now, the thing is, I want to know if anyone else is going to join in against Russia. Because Ukraine has cores on all these lands. Now, is there a truce? Do you have a truce with them? You have a truce with the Saudis, but that doesn't matter. You can still declare on Russia, theoretically. Romania can't really get involved. I think that the only nation that would get involved is probably Ukraine. Actually, Kazakhstan as well. But Kazakhstan doesn't really have that good of an alliance. I mean, Russia's going to really need to get messed up here, which they are, but they need to get really, really dominated if Kazakhstan is going to try to take some of those lands back, because that is going to be tough no matter what. We actually might see Polish and Chinese occupations kind of meet here, right in the middle. Well, you have to remember that a lot of these provinces are a lot smaller, so they're probably doing just as good, if not better, Poland is on their side than China, because China's got, they're taking like huge chunks. These provinces are just massively disproportionate to Western Russia, I guess you could say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Kazakhstan's going to do it. I mean, Russia's needs to be like under full occupation for something like that to happen. It would be something crazy like that. Okay, and Malaya's at 9 war score again. So let's go ahead and double check on that war. Poland's at 22. It's okay. Oh, we've got 2 big battles here. Uh-oh. Actually, this right here could be the defining moment where Malaya takes absolute control, because they're going to lose 2 big battles. Australia is. Yes. Oh, did they just get stack wiped? Oh my god. Oh no, they didn't. Never mind. They ran down south. Okay, but still, hey, this is a lot closer than it started out to be, and that's because Malaya had no leader involved there. They just got one at the very end. Excuse me. I just died a little bit there. I'm sorry. I guess I guess I'm a little bit more choked up than I realized for Australia. They did get a leader out there at the very end. Oh, this is really bad. This is really bad for Australia, because you're down to pretty much a combo of like 50,000 men. I'm sure you're out of manpower. He's not moving. Why are you taking so long to move? Oh, there you go. Now he did. And yes, you've given enough time for Malaya to actually be fully invested in this war. They actually might even send over a little bit more. They are sending over a 9 stack at the moment, it looks like. Is that a 9 stack? Yeah, 9 stack with, well, I don't know why. They're using a massive fleet to send over a 9 stack. But okay, you guys can do whatever you want. It's your empire, I guess. I'm really curious if Malaya, even if Malaya only takes 1 province in this war, that would still be a really, really big deal. And yeah, this 9 stack's going to land in Kimberley. Let's see exactly where and... Okay, so they haven't grabbed the capital province just yet. That's the big deal. And that seems to be where Australia is focusing most of their defenses. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. At this point, it's like obviously pretty one-sided for Malaya. And also, let's go ahead and check on the trade map mode while we wait. I know that there are some people that wanted definitely to see the trade map mode in the last one. Malaya's making a lot of cash here. A lot of cash. Beijing is obviously as well, and that's part of the reason why they have such a dominant military, is they just have so much money. Like, so much money. Where's Russia getting their money from? Russia, like Crimea, pretty much? I mean, geez, they don't really control that many strong trade nodes, to be honest. Which is strange. Why is that? What is going on here? English Channel, I'm sure, is pretty dominant. Not as dominant as we've seen it in the past. Genoa is also pretty rich, as well as Venice. Yeah, northern Germany is a great spot, as well as like southern Scandinavia. That's another great spot. 2.4 for the North Sea. Oh, man. And Spain's probably making a lot of money here, bringing it in from Iberia. Anything that's happened. So we have Poland back at 24 war score. Malaya's at 12 war score. And surprisingly enough, I don't know how this is happening, but the Congo are winning. Technically, they are winning their war against Chad. It's a reconquest war, so maybe they have 1 province. Maybe they already have the province that they needed. Yeah, they do. That's exactly what happened. That's the only reason why they have 3% war score, though. And I guess I'm underestimating slightly Congo's military size, because for some reason they can keep up with all these other nations. Maybe they weren't just involved in a war too. I was thinking maybe they were just involved in a war, but no, that's not been the case. Okay, so this is a little bit different. Now we have Mali over here. Mali, Chad, and Zambia. And they're probably going to unoccupy this reconquested province that the war was declared on for. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm sure the Congo are going to start to really lose their war score now. Yep, they're at -1 already, so that is what I figured. What's going on with the look of Russia? It doesn't look that bad, right? I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It could be way worse, I think. I mean, I think Russia's going to be fine here. I think that they're going to get out of it somehow. We'll see. I think if anyone's going to take things, it's not going to be China. It'll be Poland, which Poland still technically needs it. They need to be able to take provinces away because Germany would still dominate them. Even though Germany and Poland are... Oh, wait a second. No. Oh, they annulled that alliance. That's what I thought. I figured that was going to happen. That didn't seem right, that Germany and Poland were allied to each other. I figured that they were two great powers way too close to each other. They were going to butt heads eventually, and now we're starting to see that. So probably after this royal marriage ends, which all we really need is for one of their kings to die, we can probably go ahead and check in on that. Let's go ahead and do it. How old is your... Oh, there you go. Germany's in a regency council, so they're going to get a king actually next year. Wait a second, shouldn't that royal marriage already be up? Or do we have to wait for Poland's king to die? That might be it. It's so weird talking about kings when it's like 2131. The year 2131. Although, I mean, have we even looked into, like, government types? I don't think so. Man, I really need to play this mod. Duchy, technology. They are... I am totally having a brain failure of where I can find... Oh, yeah. Wait, is that it? Yes. Yes, there's the government types. Okay, so everyone... Oh, I didn't realize that everyone was about the same government type. What's the U.S.? If this is it. No, secular, that's not what that means. Government rank. Empire. I don't know. I'm smoking crack. Oh, is it right there? Is it just mean... Or is it a republic? Everything's a republic. A duchy. Okay, Poland's a duchy. Germany's an empire. Duchy, empire. No, that's just their government rank. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I apologize. Sometimes my brain just fails. Look at that. Look how nice China is for giving all those occupations to Poland. That is so nice. So Poland can possibly grab a whole bunch here. Well, they're only at 29 awards, so it's not that big of a deal. And boom, here we go. Great Britain is going to kick Iceland out of this map, and we might see an immediate sort of border friction between... Well, it's not really going to be that much of border friction because there's all this water in the way. But Canada and Great Britain are getting dangerously close, which would really help the U.S. if they were able to call in their ally, their buddy of the North in Canada, to maybe help them out for a British war, which I'm sure will break out at some point because the British West Indies are... I don't know. We'll see. You know what might happen too is that I think the USA might support a British West Indies independence. That could certainly be something that plays out as well. Okay, let's go ahead and check in on Australia again. What do we got going on here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Australia is just about done, it looks like. Yeah, I see about... I see a 45 stack and a bunch of 1 stacks. And the 1 stacks are not going to be able to unite with the 45 stack, or at least maybe not all of them. A few of them might. And it doesn't matter, it's too late. Because Indonesia's already here. And, wait a second. Oh, and that is it. Indonesia did not... I'm sorry, Malaya. I'm sorry, Malaya. I always called them... I accidentally called them Indonesia. Malaya didn't take anything. Well, you better have done something under the surface because you had an awesome opportunity there to really mess up Australia. They didn't have any alliances. I don't know how much they could have taken money away. But certainly something. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. How's Congo doing? Congo's not doing too bad. They're still pushing back. Wow. I think I'm seriously underestimating the Congo's power. Oh, it's because South Africa finally joined. And it's probably South Africa that's doing a majority of the work now. Could you imagine if they were able to call in and get all their alliances with South Sudan and Mozambique? That would have been crazy. That would have been awesome. Although this is pretty one-sided. I guess if they called them in, that would be one-sided, right? Because if Congo and South Africa are able to team up against all these other nations, this is, I don't know. I guess they don't need any help. Surprised that Nigeria hasn't been involved. Nigeria mainly deals with Algeria, South Sudan, Zambia. I guess they try to stay away from some of the affairs that are going on in the south. It looks like. All right, Poland, what are you going to take? What are you going to take, Poland? You're so nice, China. China just... that's one thing, is everyone talks about how powerful China is. Yeah, they're powerful, but for some reason, they're not taking anything. They don't want to be involved in taking anything. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if the AI is, like, programmed like that in the mod or what it is, but China just doesn't like to take much. And Poland could get so much strength here. They could pick up, like, 5 provinces. They could even eliminate the Russian coastal province in the Baltic Sea, which would be a pretty big deal. That would be a pretty big deal. Although, wait a second, they still have all this stuff over here, so never mind. there's no way they completely eliminate their control or their power involved inside of the Baltic Sea, but we'll see. Dang, a 615 stack. That is not even fair. How does China have that big of a regiment? That's crazy. Yep, so Congo's still at 0 war score, and Iceland is about to be pieced out soon enough. Well, there you go, Great Britain. I mean, they're still making expansions, and it just happened right there. They're still making 46 war score for Poland. Wow. This could be big. Excuse me. This could be really, really big for Poland. I mean, I'm not talking... I think that at most, I don't think we've seen the AI take more than about like 5 provinces or something like that. I mean, I've seen the AI take a lot more than that, but so far in this campaign in particular, I haven't really seen them take more than like 5, 6, 7 provinces, something like that. It seems like it's somewhat of a theme that's been going around. China's still very much involved in the war. They have not backed away, even though they've given up all these occupations to Poland. Yeah, they're not backing away. They're continuing to press forward, especially for very valuable lands in Western Russia. Are the Saudis out of this war now? Ooh, Venezuela versus the Netherlands. Let's go ahead and visually see what's going on here now. Brazil was called in by the Netherlands. Ooh, Mexico, Venezuela, and Argentina. So Argentina's going to get messed up. Pretty much all the Netherlands have is their alliance with Brazil. But Brazil is the most powerful nation in South America, so we might see it somewhat even there. I'm thinking we could. Definitely. And no, the Saudis were never able to get military access through the countries of the north, so they weren't able to help out their buddy of Russia. Wow. Man, Poland, I cannot wait to see what you take here. I really hope that... I absolutely hate it when the AI doesn't take anything. I know that there's other things that the AI wants and asks for and stuff like that, but just take land. There's got to be a mod for that. Don't just take land. It seems like the AI should already be like programmed for that, right? To take land, because that's like the most valuable resource almost in this game. I mean, it's not the absolute most valuable resource, but it's an easy way to kind of direct the AI to have a certain strategy and to direct them to do the right thing, I would say. Dang, this is crazy. Okay, I don't know if we've ever seen Russia this bad before, though. I will say this might be an all-time high. And we've definitely... I don't think so. There's no way. We've seen them pretty bad, but this is bad. Let's go ahead and check in on what's going on with Venezuela. So all they have to do is grab this small island that the Netherlands still control. There's no strait, so they can't do a straight crossing or anything like that. They've got to actually land troops, I believe, there. Because I don't think they can walk onto this island, which is a really big deal. That's a very, very big deal. It's also very interesting because that looks like, if anything, they would give you a straight crossing because it's just so close to each other. But I guess not. Nope. Okay, well, where are you going, Venezuela? So you're going to try to deal with Brazil first, which is probably a pretty smart choice. Now, is Mexico helping out? I'm sure Mexico's helping out somewhat here with their navy, especially in the Gulf of Mexico. They're probably helping a bit. But, oh, maybe Mexico will get the siege of the Netherlands and then maybe drop their troops off to fight Brazil. Brazil hasn't engaged anybody just yet. They obviously have the forces to be able to kind of split them up, and they can certainly dominate Argentina. Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow, Brazil's so powerful. I didn't even realize there was 181 stack here. Then there's probably another 200 stack that are all kind of miscellaneously placed throughout western Brazil. So they'll be fine. Like, Mexico's going to have to send over everything they've got. Now, Mexico's pretty strong. Mexico is pretty strong. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So we got a crossing penalty for Argentina. They have themselves an okay general. More than likely, this looks like it'll probably go into Brazil's favor, but we'll have to wait till next time and see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time.